Hello, my loves. It's Ambujam. Today's January 21st, 2022. We have our group power session tonight on helping you align with the new now, you, and the new 2022 energies. And I want to talk about this session, and I also want to talk about what's going on right now. And I want to kind of blend the two because they're completely interrelated. So I'm going to give a metaphor first. So you just raked the leaves and they're in a nice neat pile and there's this green grass. It's so rich and so alive. And the leaves are all brown and dead, right? And they're in a nice neat pile. And then a big gust of wind comes along and blows the leaves all over the grass. And you see these pieces of green grass everywhere, but you also see leaves everywhere. So the metaphor is we are that green, rich grass, and the leaves are the past self we have been and still think we are. Right now, 2022 energy is highlighting and mirroring and bringing forth so much of our awakeness, our true self, our green grass, that light is blowing all of these leaves around. It's the leaves are triggered because the grass is coming out. There's more truth of us coming out. So the identities are flying around everywhere. And our minds are just like, I don't know where to put my focus right now. Because the mind is the identity, right? We're like, There's so much space of this pure, and I'm going to use a bunch of words because it's all I got. Light, awareness, life itself, creation, source, self, the truth of who we are. There's so much of this coming forward now. That the mind just doesn't know how to navigate this. It doesn't know how to focus, doesn't even know where to focus. It's just being blown around. And so it can feel so emotional right now, so everywhere. And the mind just doesn't know how to understand this process. 2022, this is why Spirit wants to do this session again. Also, 2022 is the first year we have been alive in this lifetime where, and there's all kinds of ways I can describe this, where we have the pure power of choice, like blank slate, availability, that we can actually choose from this light. The green grass can actually choose in a bigger way than ever. And also, because we have this power of choice more than ever, we can easily choose from all this identity, all the leaves blowing around. And so we have to be really careful. Where am I choosing from? The dead leaves falling away, blowing around? Or me? Capital M, me, you could say, right? And we just have so much space in 2022, like never before. The mind doesn't know, oh, I can choose from this truth. of what's really here in my heart of hearts to be and do now. Or I can choose from all of these identities. Like, the mind doesn't know that. It's like, without using our awareness, how would we know this? And we can just live from all the leaves. We can just keep living from all the dead leaves, and life will support that. Or we can live from this deeper truth that's coming out, and life will support that. Like, we have so much space to choose now. It's like, we're now the adult, and these are all the children. And the children, if we let the children choose, they'll have chocolate for dinner, lunch, and breakfast, right? Maybe we need some greens. Maybe we need some protein, right? And yet, if they want to choose chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, life will support that. Or if we want to choose greens and protein, life will support that. Like, it is literally whatever we want. And so we have the opportunity to really check in of, where am I choosing from? What is here? What does this truth really want to live, be, and do? And then aligning with that, aligning with that, aligning with that, so that reality can get created. Because if you have if you're giving life 5 different choices or 5 different energies, life will reflect those 5 different energies. It's just what it is. It's just fact. So we have more choice than ever of, what is it that we want reflected back to us? Let's say, where am I actually standing? What am I actually choosing? How do I want to live, be, and feel? And then life will begin creating this reality for me. And the mind just doesn't understand the space that we actually have to choose this right now. And this light within us, this truth within us, this higher consciousness that we really are, creator self, source self, life itself, right? Words are really hard. This light's gonna only come out more and 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 more in 2022. So the more we can have a practice to just, like, how do I feel, who and what I really am today? What is actually going on, and where do I want to put my focus? What is it I want to choose? And Spirit's reminding you, everything's okay. Your leaves are stirred right now. Like, it's a lot to navigate. So this session tonight is going to help you align with what is here now, what is truly here now, and work with your personal process of how your leaves are healing, releasing, completing, dying off, to help that happen quick, faster, easier, to clear the space, to make room for your light, to really help your human, we could say, align and align and align and align and align with what is here now, what is here now, what is here now, what is here now, what is here now. Because it's always now. Like, for me, when I wake up in the morning, I know I can either get blown around, because it's really easy, because it's so strong, or I can find what is completely unknown and, quote, new for my mind. Because it's really not our new self, right? It's always been here, but we've not experienced it like this before. There's not been the energies of 2022 before. I mean, they've always been there as well, right? But now we have access to this. We can actually be this because of the awakening, here now in this world. Like, it's kind of amazing, right? That we actually can live this and be this. The hard part right now is we're so sensitive to all our leaves being blown around, all this identity. So how do you create a practice that works for you of knowing what the leaves are, knowing what the identities are, how to just give them space, and how to allow the truth to take up more space, and for you to align with the truth of you, of what really wants to be now, and become this, right? It's so hard to talk about because there's really no words to point. Like, words can point, but it can't quite grasp it. So tonight's session is going to meet you where you are in all this 2022 change and this light, this truth of you, and how does it guide us to align you here, and what is it you're needing to help your process of reconciling, acclimating, embodying, and the old is releasing. What is it that you're needing specifically to help this whole process happen easier, faster? So we're going to just do a lot of aligning in this session, a lot of aligning and aligning and aligning with what is here now. What is here now? Because if we did a session today and 2 days from now, it's going to be different. But Spirit wants to help you energetically experience what it's like to align in this way. So after the session, you can have that building block to come back to. And they'll be talking, like, you guys are going to bring all the details and the themes that we'll talk about to help this alignment process. So after tonight's session, you'll have a teaching within yourself, a foundation to work with. Of like, okay, what now? Okay, what now? How do I be now? Who and what? So much change so fast. It's like time to be this truth even more that we've been talking about and experiencing glimpses of for years, right? It's like everything's leveling up now more than ever to be that. And it's learning how do I do this now, right? Finding our new grooves. All right, my loves, I love you, and I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And thank you so much for sharing these group invitations with your loved ones, your peeps, your family, your friends that can really use this support. So please feel free to share tonight's session, tonight's registration information with those you feel can really use the support at this time with this awakening and this aligning. And yeah. It's hard for me to talk about this sometimes because there's so much energy, and I feel just really touched by it all, and humbled that you find these groups helpful and that you allow me to assist you and that you trust me to assist you. It's just it's so beautiful and so deep, and I'm so grateful and honored. All right, my love, so I'll see you tonight. Big hugs. Bye for now.